Hey there guys, today we're doing an adventure deck with Goran, Wise Mentor. But just before we get into the video for today, if you are enjoying the content that I'm putting out there, please do consider subscribing, turning on that notifications, it really helps us out. But with that being said, let's get right on into the video for today. Alright, so today's deck tech is adventures, and we're going on a bit of an adventure with Goran and copying our adventure spells. So we're going to be getting a whole bunch of different adventure cards. We're probably going to have to basically play every adventure that we can play to get a playable deck. But hey, it is what it is because there's only so many adventures. But there's some really cool cards that are in these decks and whatnot, or in these synergies as well. So I think that this is a pretty cool deck that we're going to try to build around, and we're going to try to do some stuff with. I haven't really built with this type of thing before, but hey, first time for anything and everything. But with all that being said, let's get going, get a list, and put it all together. All right, so now we're having a bit of a look at the list that we've created here on Architect, and having a look through some of the cards that, you know, we're here for, and some of the cards we're not here for, and what we could potentially replace them with. There's a whole lot of stuff. So we really want to copy our adventures, but we're kind of open to how we're going to win. So that's an interesting situation. Now, we really need to figure out how we're actually going to win. That is a big issue. So we're going to have to make some serious cuts and some serious switches here, because I feel like this deck was built, or this average list was quite off the marks here to start with. So we're going to get rid of Kadama's Reach and Cultivate, because we can get some other things, and we can get rid of Arcane Signet. Now, does this work for us? I guess it does work for us. Most of our stuff is creatures, because that's what we want. We want to... Why are there signets? Why are these things in here? What is going on? I understand Sol Ring, that's fine. Not really, but it's fine. Everything else, I don't really get it. I don't understand. Why are you doing this? Like, what is happening here? Alright, so let's run away together. Why are you running Runaway together? I don't understand. Maybe because it's from Eldraine. Haha, funny. Eldraine, funny. Dovin's Veto's fine, but we're in 3 colors here, so I feel like Counterspell's way worse. So is Dovin's Veto to a degree as well. So I'm thinking that this deck is obviously like putting towards some kind of combo for the most part, but like, I don't know. That's like, I don't know. Here nor there with me, I guess. And what's also here nor there with me is these Triomes. I get that they're pretty good in certain decks, but I just feel like I'll take them out of this deck for now. I think we can do more than these things. And, like, do we need Reliquary Tower? Maybe. I think maybe we do, maybe we don't. I'm not sure. So we'll just leave it here for now until I decide later. So what else we got here? We've actually got a few very decent duels here, and we've got a fair amount of basics. 6 of each, which seems a bit lopsided to a degree. Really? Why are you running Broker's Hideout? I don't understand this. The rest, I think, is fine. The rest of it, I think that lands is fine, though we need some more. I'll fix that in a second. So actually, let's look at the stats of like the color distribution down here. So we're actually like 30, 30, 30. So that's actually interesting because I didn't realize that we're basically, close to being, oh, actually, white's the most dominant color, then green, and then blue. That's interesting. But we're pretty close to having everything pretty even. So that's pretty cool. What? What produces red in this deck? It's saying black produces and red produces. What? I guess they actually, they count like Sol Ring, not Sol Ring, Command Tower and things like that as being able to produce those colors, I guess. That's okay, alright. I was confused. They made it confusing. Alright, so let's look through some of these creatures. Archmages, absolutely great. There's, do we want Tulane? Guess it gives us extra value from casting our cards as their creature side. I think that's alright. That's okay. Because most of our stuff, again, is creatures. So, honestly, most of these adventures, I'm just kind of trying to memorize most of them. To try to, ingrain it in myself for later. So when I'm trying to look at a list and be like, oh, did we have this? Do we have that? Do we have this? I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. Type thing, rather than, oh, I have to look at the list again. But anyway, so it was a counter. Okay, cool. Yep. All right, so I don't know how to quite fix the land situation here. I feel like we're actually got a lot of basics in this deck, but I feel like we're actually running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 duels, and we're running most of the good duels that we could be running, so I'm kind of stumped by how many, basics we've actually got right now. But anyway, that doesn't really matter, but I'm just like a little bit stumped as to how we've got 32. We're at 89 cards. So we want more copy effects. We want more effects to do. Actually, I just don't love Rhystic Study. I'm just not happy with it. Create a clue. Clues are okay. What is this doing in here? What is this doing in here? It's just if our creatures aren't blocked, we get them back to hand. Actually, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. I'm just thinking about that because that's actually pretty good because we've actually got that whole thing of being able to cast them as other spells. Having said that, we probably don't need as much removal for this deck because most of our creatures or most of our adventures are also kill spells. So the number of kill spells here, I will just leave here as is because there's not many more that we would really need, and these are most of the really good ones. Maybe we want Nature's Claim, maybe. But beyond that, I don't really see that there's that much need for anything else there. Alright, so let me go and have ahead and have a look and see what else I can find to add. So, after a bit of digging and adding up to 37 lands here, I only added like 8 cards. I did cut a couple other cards because the number of cards that we were getting to was kind of getting all over the place, and we needed to make cuts, or I needed to make cuts, so it was kind of tough. So yeah, some cuts had to be made here and there to fit in kind of what I felt like the deck kind of needed. So it was a very short list of mostly stuff in the end. Mostly creatures are for the list. And, of course, the Nature's Claim that we were talking about earlier. So added that. But yeah, beyond that, everything else was creature focused. Wood elves for some ramp. Um, Team of Sabertooth to bounce things back to our hands and also give things indestructible. So that I thought that was pretty darn decent. Sakura Tribe Elder, more ramp. Because we were lacking in some ramp. I put Glaxix in over the other card that basically gave our stuff, bounces to hand if it gets blocked, because it also draws cards, and as I said, things were getting a bit tight when I was getting down to the final cuts here on the list, so some things had to go, and I couldn't really decide what. Aaron Street Artist, I thought this was pretty cool. It's just this 1 mana flash defender dude that has haste, and you can copy target spell you control, choose new targets for the copy. I thought that was pretty cool. I can, copy a whole bunch of our instant sorceries, Dryad for, playing more lands, more ramp essentially as well. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Beast Whisperer, because we're playing lots of creatures, so I thought, well, that makes sense. But yeah, that was pretty much it. The rest of the list stayed pretty much the same, and yeah, we made it to 100 cards, even though I accidentally took one off, which I think was, I can't remember now, but whatever it was something. We did have 100 cards, I swear we had 100 cards. Though I can't remember what the last card was. But anyway, over there. But now, looking at the deck, it's quite interesting to look at the deviation of colors. Green is 48, white 44, and blue 36. So yeah, change the deck makeup just a little bit by doing that. And we would have had that one extra green source. So that would make it green even more dominant in the deck. But that usually happens with a lot of decks. Anyway, guys, you can tell me what you think of this deck, and how did I get rid of that last card while I was editing, but while we were filming this, but whatever. I clicked the wrong button, obviously, while I was doing stuff here, but whatever. Anyway, you can tell me what you think of the deck overall, and whatnot. I think it's a pretty cool deck, adventuring and doing all this interesting stuff. Copying all these adventures and doing all that kind of cool stuff, getting extra value, just enough extra value so that it's not like, not worth your time to kind of do, and it just sort of gets in the way of like the rest of the game plan, and it doesn't have you just like spinning your wheels and being like, well, what am I going to do now kind of thing. It really has you like getting ahead and putting down like some serious, speed early on and whatnot if you get the right cards. And, you can play some controlling cards, you can play some token cards. I still don't 100% know how the deck's going to win, but just like play all your adventure creatures, go and attack people is probably the best way about it, I think. That's just me. Like, I guess you could try to find a combo to put in here if you really want to do that. But anyway, you guys can let me know the way that you would like to win as well. Write your thoughts down there in those comments below. I'll be sure to respond to you comments. Really love interacting with you guys, talking about EDH and all the geeky things that we love in it. But yeah, if I don't see you down in those comments, I'll see you in the next one.